You say you haven't been the same since you had your little crash, but you might feel better if they gave you some cash. The more I think about it, old Billy was right. Let's kill all the lawyers, kill them tonight. You don't want to work, you want to live like a kid.
Well, you look nice today.
Thank you.
You had depositions this morning?
I did.
and,
I did.
Gosh, as
Pretty
usual,
in pink.
I'm sure you...
Real men wear pink, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm C. Mark.
I'm John Mark.
And this is...
Two Marks, one Mike.
Over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about car accidents and what to do after a car accident. Last week, we spoke about the importance of having law enforcement come to the accident scene to investigate the accident and determine fault. And today, we're talking about the importance of getting medical treatment. And next week, we'll talk about the importance of hiring the right law firm. But today, the bottom line is, quite frankly, if you don't get medical treatment for your injuries, the insurance company is not going to recognize that you're injured.
Exactly right. You know, insurance companies love to play the gap in treatment card.
Yes.
So while we know how injuries occur, people can be involved in a crash and they hope they can get better without having to incur the expense of seeing a doctor.
Exactly.
Go home, take over-the-counter
Right.
medications,
Right.
Ice, heat, rest, all the things you've been taught.
Men are worse than women
They
about
are.
this. Men just bury it in the backyard and forget about it. And until the wife is fed up, really, I've seen the wife finally gets fed up and says, "Go see your PCP." But if you do that, the insurance uses that gap in treatment
Exactly
to
right.
say you must not be hurt.
If you didn't go after the accident, you must not be hurt. And you know,
And that's so disingenuous because they know better.
they do know better. And the bigger the gap, the more the problem it is.
Yes.
And you know, if you wait months, obviously there's probably something to that argument. But you and I have done this for 33 years.
Right.
We know good and well that some people are injured and they wait,
Yes.
hoping they get better.
Right.
Now the funny thing is the insurance companies love the fact that your bills are low,
Yeah.
but yet they're going to turn around and
Right.
use that against you.
Absolutely.
So it's very important. If you're hurt, you need to get to the doctor to get those things addressed.
And so let's say that you're hurt and you go to the emergency room. You know,
Yes.
what should you tell the doctors at the emergency room about payment of your bill?
Well, you know, a lot of times during the intake, you know, they ask you that information. Make certain you provide them with your health insurance information.
If you use your health insurance, bottom line, you'll get more money in your pocket.
Absolutely right, because you are what's called, when you go see the emergency room, for example, if you go to one of the local hospitals, they have an agreement, say with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and you are a third-party beneficiary of that contract, which
Right.
means whatever price they've negotiated that's lower than the sticker price, so to speak, you get the benefit of that discount.
Right.
And guess what? You get to present that entire bill to the defendant insurance company, the one that caused the accident, when you're negotiating that settlement.
And the defendant insurance company is going to use that entire bill to put a value on the case. Now, the defendant insurance company wants to know what Blue Cross Blue Shield paid. Do not mention anything about health insurance to the other driver's insurance. We go to great lengths to keep that information between us and our client because we want to make sure the insurance company puts a fair value on the case based upon the actual charges incurred, not what they got from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
And you know, Mark, some people may think that that's being sneaky, but it's not.
No.
There's actually a Tennessee Supreme Court case that does not provide or does not allow the other side to have that information.
I think that
So-
case is called Deadman.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the Dedman case. So it's not. That's just the law. They're not entitled to it.
No.
They'll ask you for it. If you volunteer it, they have it. But they are not entitled, and they know it.
Yeah,
They
right.
know they're not entitled
Right.
to it. So what about the situation, Mark? You've been in the emergency room. You've provided them that information. Now they will treat you whether you have health insurance or not
Right.
if it's an emergency. But suppose you've been in the emergency room. You didn't have health insurance. You saw the doctors there in the ER. And then they tell you need follow-up care, and you do not have health insurance. What should you do as an injured a person that's been injured in a car wreck?
Well, you call a law firm like Warren and Griffin that can advise you about other ways to pay for your treatment without having to have health insurance.
That's exactly right. And you know, the more experienced a firm is in that area, the more likely they're going to be able to help get you treated without you having to pay out of pocket.
Right.
And the fact that you don't have health insurance is usually not a problem, at least it's not with our firm,
No.
of getting somebody treated that
Right.
needs treatment.
Well, it's not a problem with our firm because we've been around for 33 years, and so we know the doctors in this area. They know our reputation, and they know that we're good to sign for their bill.
And absolutely, you know, we have a relationship with not only hospitals, we have a relationship with orthopedic doctors, we have a relationship with neurologists, chiropractors, physical therapists, you name it. The doctors in just about every single field that treat individuals that are hurt in accidents, we have a relationship with that kind of doctor to make certain our clients can get treated.
It's very important to get treatment for your injuries. When the insurance adjuster gets a demand letter from a law firm, the first thing that they look at is not the pretty prose in the letters. They turn to see the amount of medical treatment because they based a value in the case based upon the amount of medical treatment as indicated by the medical charges.
Yes, and we want to be clear. The doctors that we can help get to treat you, these doctors, they're only going to treat you for a real injury. There's
Yeah.
not going to be any invented injury.
No.
These are real injuries that a doctor, once they test you,
These are real
review you-
doctors with real injuries, treating
Exactly.
real injuries with real clients. You know,
Exactly.
and that's what we do. Next week, we're going to talk about the importance of hiring the right lawyer. We'll see you next
Absolutely.
week.
This has been Two Marks,
One
One
Mic.
Mic.